What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome to my Past the Premier League here with Billericay Town FC. So we ended our second season in the Championship and this English season review tells us that Norwich City won the league with Swansea and Aston Villa going up with them. So three current Premier League sides in the real world going back up to the Premier League. So basically what that means is we didn't get promoted. But did we get the playoffs? That's another big thing. But nope, sadly we didn't get the playoffs. We finished 8th, 2 places out of it. Wigan was the cut-off of 80 points. We only could muster up 69, which is a good amount. I mean, definitely an improvement on last season where we finished 13th. See there, that's like mid-table, round about the mid-table zone. Now we're top half the table. If we want to keep our 3-year plan up, hopefully next season we can improve a little bit more and get ourselves a playoff spot. Worst comes to worst, we're losing the playoff, but it's just about gaining the experience now because the championship has a lot of good teams in it. I mean, look, the fact that the top 7 all almost got over 80 points, with an exception of Cardiff, shows that it's very dominant. And I mean, look how close it is down the bottom. I mean, everyone's just close in this league, with the exception of maybe us to 7th and things like that, where we're 10 points different. Everyone has got everyone is really tight and close in terms of points, so it's going to be difficult getting out of the league, but 8th I'm very happy with. It's an improvement. We're moving in the right direction anyway. So past position shows we were just steadily increasing. Like I said, I didn't expect we were going to rocket up. I didn't expect we were going to get the playoff spot. In the end, like I said, the big points difference shows that it was difficult, but you have to accept things, and I have to accept another year in the Championship. It's nothing too bad. I mean, financially it's not too great. I mean, we're just in the positive right now. We'll be back in debt anytime soon, though, because of the loan debt, paying off wages, all this stuff, etc., etc. We just can't handle it. I mean, look, last season it shows we lost 2 million. This season we've gained 1 million, but still that's not enough. We're going to go back into the red. So we need to get out of the Championship and get into the big money of the Premiership as soon as possible. Transfers in the second half of the season. There are a few guys joining. You'll see him next season. Anyway, though, the 3 signings in, we loaned in Kevin Listen. He is a backup from Hernever. I can never say that team's name. I'm hugely sorry for that. But yeah, he's coming on loan. He's only on £400 a week. We're paying all of that, and that's the only reason why, really. He's we pay all of his wages. We're on a shoestring budget. We're always on tight on wages and things like that. So £745 a week, I could definitely pay that. He only played 6 times for us, 3 starts and 3 as a sub. So he just shows that he was the backup guy. He was just there in case we needed him, and we did a few times, and he did all right. Nello Busson, he come in. He is a right wing back, but we don't play wing backs here at the side, so he's more of a backup right back and backup right attacking mid. And his report shows that as he's just off Ortega, and Mark van Brugel is more of a striker than a right attacking midfielder because of his good goal scoring ability. But this guy's got some decent potential in him. He's all right now as well, so this is a good signing. We've got him in February, which you know is quite a weird time to sign players. Didn't really play a lot for us. He played a bit in the reserves, but next season he'll probably be introduced a bit more. And again, worst comes to worst, we're selling them for a little bit of money. I know he's not worth a lot, but still, any money is good money in my opinion. And Alan Palini, I'm not sure how you'd pronounce that. Another centre back come in, 25, so really is in his prime. He's not got any developing left to do. He's coming from Inter and Roma. He's played a bit for Roma and stuff. Played a bit in the Russian First Division for Tom as well. So he only made 1 appearance, but again, I reckon next season he'll come into the side fully and sort of show us what he can do and things like that. So those are the 3 guys we brought in past the last update. A couple guys we let go. Randolph Gurin. I'm still not really sure how you say his surname, but Randolph. He wasn't playing for us, so again I loaned him out to Forest Green in League 1. He had a really good time there, so maybe next season again I'll introduce him a bit more. Maybe he'll be the backup. Maybe he'll be happy to be backup. If he's not, if he really wants to leave, I'll let him go. Again, about 100k, 200k for him. It isn't a bad bit of money to pick up, so I'm not too fast. It just depends about next season. But the big one I'm sad to lose is Cedric Kasongo, because this guy has a huge potential ahead of him. We sold him for 1.2 million, but it wasn't me who sold him. So, if that makes any sense, because at the beginning of the season when I signed him, I only got him on a 1-year deal. That was my fault. That was kind of foolish of me. And then come the end of the season, I signed him down to a new deal. I tied him down, but the only way I could tie him down, because now he realised, oh, I'm a good player, I'm a very good player, I want more money, more this, more that, more that. I couldn't offer it, I couldn't afford it, but I'd managed to tie him down for an extra couple of years. only with a 1.2 million release clause, and I thought that was great. He wasn't worth a lot. He was worth around, I don't know, 500k, something like that. I mean, that was twice as much he was worth. I thought that was great money to get off him. And then he went and did something stupid, which was get called up to the Belgium national team and play in a friendly against Russia. He didn't even get enough time to get a rating, but he got a cap that shot his value straight up and meant 1.2 million was actually under his value. So I ended up losing him. He had a couple clubs coming for him. He's gone to Stoke in the Premier League. He had a very good season for us. It's just a huge disappointment that I lost him. I just shoved a release clause in there so that he'd stay. And I honestly thought it was a very high release clause value. Turned out it wasn't. So a huge loss there. But you have to move on. You have to take these things as they come. It happens. I mean, players grow. They develop into a lot bigger. So, yeah, you already know about the league. We finished 8th. So let's have a look at the fixtures. So past when I met you was, I think it was the Crew game. We won 1-0. So we drew against Wycombe in the FA Cup 4th round. Disappointing. I would have liked to have beaten Wycombe in one go because I didn't really want the fixture congestion. But a mistake from Kasongo gave them their goal, which forced us to the which means Daniel Lewis had to come and save us to force it to a replay. Then we won 3-1 against Middlesbrough with Ortega, Obrenovic and Mark van Boegel getting us all 3 goals, which was followed up by a Mark van Boegel hat-trick to beat Wycombe and put us through to the FA Cup 5th round. We then lost to Burnley 2-0 though, disappointing. But a good team in this league, a big team in this league, so not too disappointing. Not much you could do about it. Lost 1-0. Sorry, 1-0 to Brighton. There you go. Andre Bruno in the 82nd minute, popping up with the goal. In the FA Cup, we then continued a good cup run we were on, winning 3-2 against Crystal Palace with a late goal from Ortega, which was the winning goal in the end. You see, 1-0 up, 1-1, 2-1 up, 2-2, 3-2 up. Finally got the lead. Finally got the penultimate goal, the final goal of the game, putting us through to the next round of the cup. That was followed up by a 0-0 draw with Peterborough. Moving on swiftly, we beat Watford 3-0 with a penalty, Los and a Sanchez goal, before losing 3-1 to the champions Norwich City, Ortega getting us a consolation in the end. Before 2 wins on the bounce, beating Wigan 1-0 and losing to beating Cardiff. Sorry, I don't say losing. Beating Cardiff 3-2 with Los getting 2 in them games, Ortega and a Mick Mellor goal. We lost to Sheffield Wednesday, which wasn't the best way for me because I wanted to beat Everton in the cup, get us to that semi-final at Wembley. It would have been a huge achievement. You know, if you come runners up in the FA Cup, you can qualify for Europe. So I was kind of wanting that. I kind of felt I know Europe would be a kind of an inconvenience in the Championship, but it's good money we need. So I was trying to hope for that. So losing 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday before the big game wasn't exactly the big morale boost we needed. Following 2 wins, hoping for 3 in a row. So we ended up losing 4-2 to Everton with Benteke getting a hat-trick and Bonnet getting another goal as well. We were 3-0 down before half-time, so it was always going to be difficult. We did get a goal back before they really made it 4-1. Then Mick Mellor ended up getting nothing more than what it was, which is a consolation goal. 4-2 we lost to them. But 6th round in the FA Cup was very nice. Very far in the cup. I'm surprised we got that far really, but nice to see. I always like a cup run. I mean, I know people will find it an inconvenient, but for us the money is really, really important. We really need that, so very happy to get there. We then drew 2 on the bounce after that, drawing 2-2 to Notts County and drawing 3-3 to Aston Villa before 2 1-0 wins on the bounce against Leeds and Charlton. We then finished up the season on a little bit of poor form, drawing 1-1 with West Brom, losing 1-0, and the last goal of the season for us was an own goal by Oliver Modeste, who is a striker, isn't he? Oh no, sorry, thinking of a different person. We got a person at the beginning of the game. It was the same surname. So yeah, losing our last game of the season, but the end wasn't very good. But I mean, the season as a whole, pretty up and down. Overall, I'm happy with it though. The FA Cup run, like I say, I'm very happy with that run we went on, because the League Cup is always quite a hard cup to go on the run with, due to the fact it's right at the start of the season. Teams are still trying to gel. For me anyway, I signed quite a lot of players in the summer and sell quite a few, so my team's always gelling at the start, so it's hard to go on the run there, but I'm happy with the FA Cup run. Let's go into some league awards. Awards. There we go. So player of the month. Did we get any player of the months? I highly doubt it. No, a lot went to Norwich because of their high dominance. Goal of the month, we did win it once with Obrenovic scoring against Middlesbrough in February. But apart from that, we're not included anywhere else, so we don't score a load of wonderful goals. I didn't pick up goal this season, sadly. Manager of the month, we didn't get any of that. Of course, we're not going to. I doubted it. Sam Vokes is manager of Cardiff. There's a big one there. I don't think there's anyone else. Kind of like big name ex-footballer, really. I mean, there's a couple there, but Sam Vokes, only know him out of them lot. Manager of the season went to Aston Villa, surprisingly. I mean, Norwich got over 100 points. I'm surprised they didn't get it. Championship player of the year went to Norwich striker. 29 goals in 35 appearances. That's a lot of goals. Player of the month, didn't get anywhere in that. Player of the year, team's player of the year, players team of the year. Sorry, reading that all wrong. Didn't get any in that. So I think that just shows the players weren't amazing this season, but they weren't poor either, which is why we finished where we did. Top goal scorer, we didn't get that. Sean Murphy did with Joel Barker and Andrew Davis. With 29, 29 and 28, with him getting it, playing a game less. Young player of the month, we're getting in that. We have quite a young team. We did. Justin Hildebrand got it for us once. And young player of the year, I doubt we got it. Nope, a Norwich player did. So we didn't really get any in the awards, any stats, etc. I mean, I doubt we. Who was our highest goal scorer? It was Mark van Breugel with 14, quite a way off, all the way down in 15th. Chris Wood still plays for West Brom, still chugging along there. He's joining HSV. Hamburg, isn't that Hamburg? HSV? Am I being dumb? It is Hamburg, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, he's moving on from West Brom after a very long time here. I mean, he's been here pretty much all his career. Quite surprising to see him move on age 32, but oh well. Makeda, whatever you say his name, he's playing at Swansea. He never made anything out of his career, really. He's played in the Premier League for quite a lot, but until he come down to the Championship, he hadn't scored over 20 goals. Anyway, looking at a couple of things, getting distracted a little. The thing I wanted to look at, though, was the team average attendance. I think it will show that, yep, it is the lowest. We can't bring in enough fans, which means we're not bringing in enough money, which can contribute to our poor financial situation. But we do fill it one of the highest, so, I mean, at least that's a plus. We do have a quite a filled stadium. Salary per annum, though, we are now 21st in the league with a salary of 5.48 million a year. Still one of the lowest, so the fact that we're up there, I mean, who is it? Crewe, Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday are below us, so Crewe, Middlesbrough got relegated, Sheffield Wednesday and Crewe, Sheffield Wednesday, so we're the highest there. We're doing very well on a tight budget, basically. That's what I want to get across there. Let's have a look at, did I fiddle around with the tactic? I don't think I did since we last met. I went to a control instead of an attack. But apart from that, nothing too much. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the, who scored the most goals. Mark van Breugel with 23. Obrenovic got 12 goals, which is a lot. And Loos really did step up. Picked up an injury, though. He's currently got a fractured rib. He's out for a while. Hopefully be back before the end of pre-season so he can play at the start. And he can be ready. But yeah, a lot of goals scored from these three. With of course, Ortega, Piero chipping in a lot. Mick Mellor with 4. Higher than Will Bristow, surprisingly, as a striker and a defender. I know he played more games, but just don't expect defenders, you know what they, you know the motto. You know the drill, defenders don't score a lot. Anyway, assist, Ortega, Hilgebrandt and Obrenovic all getting the assist for us. So the wingers getting a lot of assists, which is ideally what you want to see playing my formation. You need the players behind to get involved, and you need the wingers to supply a lot to our strikers. We have quite tall strikers, of course, 6'8", giant of a monster there, and 5'11", which is quite tall. And Dustin Hildebrand getting 13 assists. I'm very happy with him. He was a free transfer. His value has gone up, and an improvement for last season, getting a few more assists and a few more player of the matches, so happy with him. Clean sheets, we only played one goalkeeper, Stuart Ferris, but he kept more clean sheets. Player of the matches, highest player of the matches went to Mick Mellor. This guy continues to defy logic, still playing beyond the best. Is this his best season? This would be his best season with the exception of the League 2 one where we got promoted for the first time. So, and he only played 26 games, so he had an amazing season again. I'm definitely going to be playing him next year. He's still probably one of the best players. Favourite club, Billericay. He's got to be. Favourite personnel, moi. He does want a new challenge, but hopefully we can keep him here. Hopefully we can convince him that we'll progress to the next level, and then he'll have a new challenge. But he's got a continental reputation. His value is very, very high. 3 million for someone that apparently is only a League 1 ability. Just amazing. Still an amazing player. Average ratings, everyone over 7, like I normally say, has done amazingly for us. I'll include these couple of guys in here as well, because they played over 30 games. They've pretty much got near the 7 rating. So overall our team's playing very well. I think next season should hopefully be the jump into league. Hopefully be the jump into the Premiership. We're going to say League One then. Hopefully that can be that last step that we want to take to get to the promised land, or the big bucks land. All the world class players are, the likes of Man U, Chelsea, Liverpool, all the best teams in the world are all there. Hopefully we can get up there with them. But yeah, I'm going to say player of the season goes to Mick Miller. Yeah, once again, continuously proves me wrong. An amazing player. And what I've done here, actually, you can see that I've got a couple of loan players in and stuff. This is what I predict my first team will be next season. Although that can change depending on how I feel. And this could be the second squad. So everyone not in it is either contract expiring or won't be here next season. It just gives me it's something I do at the end of every season. Normally you don't see it. And what it shows me is positions that I need to improve upon and things like that. So I can see that my starting 11 is pretty much solid. It's there. It's what I need it to be right now, and it's a good ability. You may say Mick Miller, but I like Mick Miller. And our bench, again, it's very good. It's what we need it to be. We've got our backup. It's pretty much sorted, with the exception of a left back. We're going to bring one in. Hopefully, it'll be good enough maybe to challenge Barata. Maybe we can get a 4-star player. That'd be amazing. But overall, I think the squad is good for the next season, so I doubt many signings. But if I find a fantastic player or a player with good potential, obviously I'm going to sign him. I'm not going to avoid that on that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think any big landmark happened at the club. Nope, apart from the fans trust a couple of years ago, but you already know about that. Any information? I doubt there is any big information. Oh no, we're both legends now, Mick Miller and me. I completely didn't look at that. We are legends at the club. Not surprised. We're an ambitious squad personality. We have quite a big value, but we're in a lot of debt. And yeah, this is pretty much it. We did have youth facilities planned, but that was cancelled due to the lack of funds. Of course, I expected that. Yeah, this is pretty much it until the start of the season, where hopefully this will be our 3-year plan. You know, solidify ourselves, top half the table promotion. Until next time. Until then, peace out.